You know what? I don't like losing. And anybody who smiles at losing, I'm not a fan of either. And you know what? If you don't want to listen to me, then guess what? You're going to have to be out, and it's time that we cut to the vote, and I'm the one that's voted out and blindsided. Oops. Let's talk about TK's epically bad gameplay and an overall messy, cast here on Survivor 47 Island Analyst Episode 2. That's right. We had a really fun little episode last night. I really loved it. I thought the pacing was great. I thought we saw a lot of interesting dynamics from either tribe. And we had somebody leave who played a terrible social game, even though they were a physical competitor who could help their tribe win challenges down the line. TK managed to go. One of my 3 people I put at the bottom at risk last week, the one person from the blue tribe I put at risk, he found his way out. And I gotta say, he earned it. Just playing pretty terribly socially, having that big outburst kind of after the challenge happened, not being able to rein in the dynamics of Tiana, Kyle, keeping them in line, making it Tiana kind of flip. And yeah, that blue tribe kind of had their cake and ate it too. Gabe was able to play his idol incorrectly, even though he knew that Sue was going to be voted, and he could have just idled her and not worry about this being a tie vote. He idled his 3 tribal council idol, and now that's gone. I don't know. Gabe's not a great player. Sue played very well this week. Carolyn, Sue, and Tiana seem like a 3 that could go far in this tribe. If they're able to make post-murder. I think since Sue made it past this first tribal council, she's in a pretty good spot overall to make it pretty far in this game. And if I'm Kyle, I'm worried about where I'm going to be at next, being blindsided and being so clearly the outside person of this group of 5. I definitely put him on my bottom chopping block that we talk about a little bit later, my bottom 3 and my top 3. Kyle is likely going to be on that bottom 3, but yeah, the episode was just bad overall on the blue tribe. Like I said, Sue and Tiana, you're pretty impressive. Carolyn, kind of impressive. Gabe, not really impressive. Definitely he's well insulated, but he used this idol. He is pretty upfront and gives off pretty bad vibes and pretty bad energy. So the fact that, cool, you got TK out, I just think that he's going to be somebody who's not going to win this game. He doesn't really give me good Survivor player type vibes, but that's kind of the story of the Blue Tribe and what happened, and, them failing that challenge at the end was pretty impressive. But then we look at the other tribes. So when I say this season is messy, we look at the red tribe here, which we saw Rome have the clue to the idol. He finds the box. He can't read it at night. But he wants to show somebody to build trust. And Teeny, showing how good of a social position she's in, is the person that Rome brings in to show the box and talk about potentially finding the clue and the beware advantage. The next morning, Teeny shows Keisha on the box and what she found of Rome, and literally as they're reading it through, and maybe, who knows, maybe they hide the box, maybe they screw Rome's vote, something like that happens. Who walks up? Rome. Now catching Teeny showing somebody else the secret that he told her, and he doesn't really trust Teeny. Keishan looks pretty guilty in between. And, Keishan also helped, make fire after Rome failed to do it. Rome's so sloppy. Teeny was sloppy there. I still worry Asia is now a person that gets idled out because Rome chose, let's not make this go beyond one tribal council. I can kind of see the dynamics not in my favor. I'm just going to take it here for the first tribal council. I'm going to play it on myself, and I have to be safe. So that just pretty much means that one of the five, the other five people on Red Tribe will go home if they lose. And Genevieve got like no content this week. She's giving me mid maybe jury boot now. I don't think she's going to be an early game type boot when you're that invisible. Asia was kind of invisible a little bit this episode. Soul got a little bit, but again, Soul's not going to go out on this tribe at all. I think he's going to be able to have a decent relationship with Rome, and I just think he's just too big of a muscle in these challenges. But man, Teeny got caught with Keyshawn. Wow, just bad moves. I don't know what this means for the dynamics, but all right. Then we have the Yellow Tribe. What was the Yellow Tribe sloppiness? Well, the three girls are kind of looking for the Beware advantage, and Sam is playing parenting, babysitter duty to Andy. Andy, who had the breakdown, Andy, who's very clearly at the bottom, and they're all like, good job, Andy, good job, yay, 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 we love you, Andy. We're ready to cut you if we lose, but we love you, Andy, good job, good job. Andy performed in the challenge, and they ended up getting first place in this challenge, so redemption there for Andy. But we had Sam going to the bathroom for a few seconds, Andy leaving to go find the Beware advantage, which he finds, decides, I'm not going to take this right now because I don't even know I'm going to need it right now. So I'm going to leave it in its spot. Sam comes back, Andy's missing, and Sam's like, oh, he's gone. I need to go start finding him. Oh, I matched up with Annika. He might be looking for the Beware advantage. We need to go find the Beware advantage. Andy gets back to camp. Nobody's around. He's just relaxing again. And Sam then finds the Beware advantage that Andy hid or put back in place. Does Sam put it back and say, I don't need it right now? No. Sam takes it, goes and digs up the box with Annika there, and starts with each one of the three individuals, Rachel, Annika, and Sierra, finding the clue and the idol and finding stuff like that. Andy then, getting kind of paranoid, like, you know what, maybe I should just go and get the Beware advantage. I'm pretty obviously at the bottom. What's the point in hiding this? I should just go get it so I make sure I have what I can. Goes back to the tree where he knew it was at, and it's gone. Andy then goes to Sam and says, Hey, Sam, I think the girls found the Beware advantage because I found it first, but I didn't want to take it yet, so I left it in place, but I just went back to see if it was there, and it's gone, so these three girls have the Beware advantage. Sam was like, no. Are you serious? Really? Oh my gosh, Andy, we're in trouble, Andy. We have to work together, blah, blah, blah. Just hilarious acting work from Sam. Andy is eating it up. And this, telling Sam that, Andy, hey, I found this, but I left it in place, shows Sam that, hey, Andy, trust me. Andy might be somebody who, he's a little bit of an emotional player, but he clearly has a bond with me. I don't know if I want to just let him go and then be the sole guy at a tribe of three girls, just because if the girls do team up, I might go out. So whenever I build a good bond with Sierra, showing her the idol and deciding just to take the one idol, I'm going to ask her, like, hey, I think I'm going to play this on Andy. The one person I haven't told that I have the idol, that's the person I'm going to play it on. And how do you feel about that? And Sierra's like, I'm not a fan of that, but if you want to do it, I'm here with you, Sam, so I'll back you up. And I do think Sierra means that, pretty faithfully. I'm really impressed by Sierra and how well insulated she is on this Gata tribe. But it was just, I thought Sam was doing a good job building relationships with Rachel, with Annika, with Sierra, the three other members. Like, hey, each one of you are being a part of my journey of getting this idol. We kept it away from Andy. He's the easy person to get out. Us three are bonded well together, so if we make the merge, we have really good bonds. Instead, he's going to turn that into like a very big mistrust with either Rachel or Annika. My opinion, likely Annika. And Andy might survive a little bit longer. Yeah. These people are messy. Of the idols that have been found, Gabe has gotten caught by people with it and played it incorrectly. Sam basically has told the whole tribe, except for the one person he plans to use it on, who had found the advantage first but left it there, and then within an hour or so, the advantage was gone. So they can't get it anymore, even though they're at the bottom, or theoretically we're at the bottom. And then Rome gets caught pretty heavy-handed, ends up sharing with Teeny the box, who shares with Kisan, that gets caught by Rome. Messy, messy, messy. But let's talk about my top 3 contenders in the game, because I do think we have some new contender in that top 3 mix. I'm keeping Sam at the top. I'm really impressed with this game overall. I did actually like how he used this idol finding as a way to build things up. I like that he was like, you know what, we're going to keep this to one tribal council, as a way to also keep trust with this tribe here. I don't need to go further and risk being more sneaky and upsetting more people and giving myself more power than needs to be. So I like that for Sam. I also like Sierra on this tribe. Sierra is my second person now in my top 3. She seems to be very well insulated in this yellow tribe between the ladies, between Sam and maybe Andy. I think she has a very good social game on her. And once we get post-merge, I see her fitting in very well with this whole season and making a run at Final 3 and winning the game. I think she has a clear head strategically on, from what the confessionals that we've seen. Her kind of pushing back at first at saving Andy, knowing it's not the ideal move for her, but also backing down and realizing that, hey, being around Sam right now is the ideal move, and using him as a shield probably later on. Really, smart decision making there later on. So I like this decision from Sierra, and she really impressed me this episode. My third person at the top of the totem pole, still going to be Teeny. I know Teeny made the mistake with Keyshawn and Rome, but Rome is in such a bad social position. Once he uses that idol, he's going to clearly be the target right afterwards, in my opinion. Whereas I feel like Teeny being seen as the person that Rome would want to go to. Teeny was close with Keyshawn. She's obviously going to be close with, I think, Asia and Seoul. I think, it's just a good dynamic for her. And I still think when she gets to the merge and stuff like that, she's going to be a likable player that can work with multiple individuals and does have a active mind at hand to play this game, to be able to make moves and be in positions of power as the game goes on. So those are my top 3. Sam, Sierra, and Teeny. My bottom 3 are, sadly, Asia on the red tribe. She's my one person at risk. She's the person I think that was at most in direct conflict with Rome. And now that Rome has an idol that he only knows for one tribal council, and it's kind of publicly known to the tribe, I'm kind of worried and confident that Asia is going to be idled out of this red tribe. Somebody that I've enjoyed, somebody who I think is playing an okay social game, but unfortunately is just not, it could be the main target of Rome and Genevieve come this first tribal council. Keyshawn could be at risk too. He would probably be right next to Asia in my red tribe bottom of the totem pole individuals at risk. But I do think Asia is at risk on the Red Tribe. I'm a bit worried for her. I would hate if she doesn't make the merge. That would really, really suck and make the merge and jury, but I think it's looking pretty likely at this point. Blue Tribe, it has to be Kyle. Wrong side of the vote. He didn't really have too much of a big social bond with Sue, with Caroline, with Gabe. Tiana definitely left their side, and she can't really drag Kyle along. There's a chance that Gabe alpha males himself over Kyle, and Kyle, being more soft-spoken and nice, will end up, being the one guy that stays. But I definitely think Kyle's in a lot of trouble if Blue Tribe does lose a challenge here moving forward. And on the Yellow Tribe, it's not Andy on the bottom this week. I think it's Annika. I think Annika is clearly, of the three ladies, the one Sam trusts the least. And if Sam is really honest about, using an idol on Andy or protecting Andy with Sierra, then I think Annika is the one most likely to go on Yellow Tribe, just looking at tribe dynamics. I don't think she's played a terrible game. I just think she isn't locking down Sierra like she needs to. And unless we see something different in a future episode, she isn't making Rachel's target bigger either. So those are my bottom three. That is my thoughts on a very fun, messy episode of Survivor 47 Episode 2. And as we leave, we remember our needing to win, but leaving in 17th place TK. And I can't wait to see what happens next week and see, will we get more Soul coverage, Soul Train, or will he still be in the shadows waiting to show he is the eventual winner of Survivor 47? But like I said, it's goodbye to TK. It's goodbye to you all until next week. Thank you for watching Survivor Analysis. Like and subscribe. The tribe has spoken.